FireBird. A special thank you to Katarina and Star Herrera for asking for today's story. A czar by the name of Brenda once had 3 sons. There was a lovely orchard all around the czar's palace. A lovely apple tree with golden apples grew among the orchard's trees. The czar found out one day that someone was stealing his golden apples from the orchard. Enraged, he dispatched his guards to apprehend the robber. However, despite spending the entire night watching, they were not very effective. The czar lost his appetite since he was so angry about losing his golden apples. His boys made an effort to console him. "Father, I'll go watch over the orchard tonight." He went about for a while after arriving so early in the evening, but he didn't see anyone. So he lay down on a grassy bank and he quickly dozed off. "Have you got any good news for me then? Have you seen the robber?" "No more, Dad. He didn't get any sleep at all during the night. He didn't even shut my eyes. However, he didn't see anyone. I'll watch tonight." The second son of the czar went to watch over the orchard the next night, but he also slept all night. "Father, he didn't see anything for the entire night and he didn't sleep at all." Prince Ivan, the youngest brother, was now responsible for keeping watch over the orchard. And he was terrified to dare sit down, let alone lay down, because he was so worried about missing the robber. He rinsed his face with dew when he started to feel sleepy, which woke him up once more. He believed he saw a light in the orchard about halfway through the night. It got brighter and brighter until every tree was illuminated. Then he noticed that a firebird perched on the apple tree, pecking at the golden apples, was the source of the light. Thus, he silently approached the tree and he grabbed the bird by its tail. Only one tail feather remained in Prince Ivan's hand as the firebird expanded its wings and he took off. "Tell me, Prince Ivan, did you manage to apprehend the robber? He can't claim to have caught him. However, I've discovered who is consuming our apples, and as evidence, I've brought you a tail feather. The firebird is the culprit." After taking the feather and examining it, the czar stopped feeling depressed. However, he gave the firebird a lot of thought. He sent for his sons one day. "I want you, my darling kids, to mount fine horses and venture out into the world to see if you can locate and retrieve the firebird. Then maybe we may comprehend what it is doing." The young men saddled fine horses, bowed to their father, and began their journey. Prince Ivan in one path, the eldest in another, and the second son in a third. He rode high and low, close and far, via pathways and byways, until he reached a verdant meadow. And a pillar stood set in the field. The words, "Whoever goes from this pillar on the road straight before him will be cold and hungry," were inscribed on the pillar. "The person who travels to the right will be unharmed, but his horse will perish. And the person who travels to the left will be slain, but his horse won't be harmed." After seeing this inscription, Prince Ivan turned to the right, believing that even though his horse would die, he would survive and eventually acquire another horse. One day, 2 days, and 3 days later, he rode. Abruptly, a massive gray wolf approached him. "Well, it's you, Prince Ivan, young man. The writing on the pillar was visible to you. You were aware that if you came this way, your horse would perish. So why have you come here?" He tore Prince Ivan's horse in two, and he fled to one side after saying these things. For his horse, Prince Ivan was deeply saddened. After shedding bitter tears, he kept walking. He was very worn out from walking all day. Just as he was ready to take a seat and relax, the grey wolf suddenly caught up to him. "I'm sorry he ate your nice horse, Prince Ivan, and I'm sorry you're tired from walking. Tell me where you are heading and why you have traveled this far." "I've been sent by my father to travel the world on horseback until he locate the firebird." "Why? I am the only one who knows the location of the firebird. Therefore you might have spent 3 years riding even on a decent horse and never locate it. He shall serve you faithfully and well now that I've eaten your horse. Hold on tight and get on my back." The grey wolf loped out across the blue lakes and the verdant woodlands as Prince Ivan took a seat on its back. Finally, they arrived at a towering stronghold. Pay attention to what you have to say and keep it in mind. The guards are all asleep, so climb over the wall without fear. There is a tiny window in the attic. A golden cage is suspended in the window, and the firebird is in that cage. Take the bird and conceal it beneath your clothing. Don't touch the cage though. After scaling the wall, Prince Ivan was able to see the attic. As the wolf had predicted, A golden case with a FireBird inside was hanging in the attic window. He removed the bird and he placed it beneath his coat. But he couldn't help but crave the gilded cage as he gazed at it. Precious gold was used to make it. How could he abandon it? What the wolf had told him was entirely forgotten. However, the alarm went off throughout the stronghold as soon as he touched the cage. Trumpets roared and the drums rolled. When the guards awoke, they apprehended Prince Ivan and transported him to Tsar Afron. This effort to take the FireBird and the cage infuriated Tsar. Where are you from and who are you? I am Tsar Brande's son, Prince Ivan. How disgraceful. Our son is here to steal. That might be the case. However, your bird took our priceless golden apples as it flew to our orchard. If such were the case, you ought to have to me and requested the FireBird, and he would have granted it to you out of reverence for your father. However, he will now make sure that everyone is aware of your actions, and you will have to come into my service if you want my forgiveness. A golden man and a horse belong to a specific Zarkusman. I'll give you the FireBird and the cage if you bring that horse to me. The idea of having to perform such a chore depressed Prince Ivan. He then proceeded to inform the Grey Wolf of what had transpired. He warned you against touching the cage. Why did you not obey me? Forgive me, Grey Wolf. I know I did something wrong. Asking for forgiveness is not too difficult. Okay, get back on my back. We're not going to go back now. The Grey Wolf, carrying Prince Ivan on its back, loped off once more. Finally, they arrived at the stronghold where the golden maned horse was kept. Scale the wall. Don't be scared. The guards had fallen asleep. Bring the horse out of the barn. However, take care not to touch the bridle that is hanging, sir. The guards were asleep as the prince scaled the wall and he entered the stronghold. He located the horse with the golden mane by going directly to the stable. However, he noticed the bridle hanging up. It was adorned with priceless stones and made of gold. A golden maned horse is the only bridle fit. He extended his hand to accept it. However, the alarm was immediately shouted throughout the stronghold. Trumpets roared and the drums rolled. When the guards awoke, they arrested the prince and brought him before Tsar Kuzman. Where are you from and who are you? Prince Ivan is who I am. It is not wise to try to steal a horse. That is hardly something even a peasant would attempt. However, if you consent to serve me, Prince Ivan, I will release you. The lovely Helen is the daughter of a specific Tsar named Dalmat. Take her away and bring her to me, and I'll give you the golden bridle and the golden medium horse. Prince Ivan was even more dejected after this decision. He visited the Grey Wolf once more. I warned you not to touch the bride. You disregarded my directives. Still, pardon me, Grey Wolf. Please pardon me. Saying forgive is all very well. Okay, climb on my back. Prince Ivan was on the Grey Wolf's back as they sped off once more, arriving at Tsar Dalmat's stronghold. I will not send you. I'm going on my own. You headed back to Tsar Afron. I'll catch up shortly. The Grey Wolf leapt over the fortress wall and into the garden as Prince Ivan dutifully began to retreat. The lovely Helen was strolling through the lawn with her attendants. The wolf observed them from behind a bush. The wolf grabbed the princess as soon as she stumbled slightly behind her attendants, threw her over his back, and he fled. The Grey Wolf, with the lovely Helen perched on its back, caught up to Ivan after he had traveled a considerable distance. The prince was overjoyed. Behind the princess, the prince perched on the wolf's back, and the two of them dashed past the azure rivers and the lakes and the verdant woodlands. Finally, they reached the stronghold of Tsar Kuzman. However, the prince appeared to be quite depressed. Prince Ivan, why don't you say anything? Are you depressed? How am I going to let go of this lovely princess? How can I trade her for a horse? I'll make sure you stay with her. Somewhere, we'll conceal her. You can guide me to Caesar once he transformed into the lovely Princess Helen. The princess was so concealed in a wooded cottage. The Grey Wolf immediately transformed into a lifelike image after casting a magic spell. She was brought to Tsar Kuzman by Prince Ivan. I'm grateful, Prince Ivan. Take the bridle and the golden horse with the disabilities. After bridling the horse and getting on, the prince rode off to the cabin where the real Helen was concealed. They rode off after he put her on the horse behind him. In the meantime, Tsar Kuzman planned his nuptials, feasted all day and part of the night, and he escorted the fictitious princess into his bedroom when it was time for bed. However, he discovered that he was lying with a grey wolf rather than a stunning young bride as he lay down next to her on the bed. Fearful, he ran away. The wolf then snuck out of the stronghold. Prince Ivan appeared depressed once more when the wolf caught up to him. Prince, why are you so considerate? You have a valid excuse. The idea of having to exchange the FireBird for the golden maided horse makes me unhappy. Don't be depressed. I'll assist you. You go conceal the princess Andy the horse. You can then transport me to Tsar Afron once he transformed into the golden maided horse. Helen Andy the horse was so concealed in the forest. Ivan led the golden maned horse to the Tsar after the grey wolf cast a magic spell. He received the FireBird Andy the gilded cage from Tsar Afron, who was ecstatic. After seating the princess on the golden maided horse Andy carrying the bird's cage into the forest, the prince set off to return to his homeland. In the meantime, Tsar's man ordered that the golden horse with the mane be brought to him. However, the horse changed into a grey wolf as he attempted to mount it. The grey wolf, on the other hand, successfully escaped. Andy quickly passed Prince Ivan. You have to say goodbye now. You can't go any farther. I'm grateful, my friend. Don't say goodbye to me forever. You will still be able to help you. What more can you do to help me? Ivan pondered. My wishes have all been fulfilled. Along with lovely Helen Andy the FireBird, he mounted the golden maned horse Andy rode out. After arriving in his own nation, he chose to take a nap at noon because he still had a ways to go before returning home. They rested after consuming some food and drinking water from a spring. As soon as the prince dozed off, his brothers happened to ride by and noticed him. Naturally, despite their extensive travels, they were unable to locate the FireBird. They planned to kill their brother and seize everything for themselves when they observed him dozing off and realized that he had the FireBird, the horse with its bridle, and even a pretty girl. When we get home, you have to keep quiet. After killing Prince Ivan, they took a seat on the golden horse that had been injured. After that, they rode off to their father with the FireBird, the princess, and the horse. The crow were already assembling above them when they left Prince Ivan lifeless. Abruptly, however, a crow and its young chick were captured by the grey wolf. Crow, you have to take off and return to me with some still water and some sparkling water. You will release your child if you return the two types of water. As the wolf kept an eye on the chick, the crow nodded and took off. The bird eventually returned with the still and sparkling water. Ivan's wounds healed after the wolf sprayed them with the calm water. The prince came back to life when the sparkling water was sprayed onto him. He slept so soundly. Yes, you were getting a good night's sleep. You wouldn't have woken up for me though. You were killed by your own brothers, who also stole everything you had acquired. Now quickly get on my back. The two older brothers were pursued by the wolf, who quickly overtook them. It ripped them apart and dispersed them across the field. Prince Ivan bowed, thanked the grey wolf again, and bid farewell for all time. He rode home with the princess on the golden injured horse. He had acquired Helen as his wife and the FireBird for his father. Seeing him with the FireBird pleased Tsar Brenda. Prince Ivan explained to his father that he had won the FireBird, the horse, and the lovely Helen thanks to the homosexual wolf. How the wolf brought him back to life and then tore his brothers to pieces after they had slain him while he was sleeping. The Tsar lamented the deaths of his two sons, but he was soon consoled by Prince Ivan's marriage to the stunning Princess Helen, and the two of them went on to live happily ever after.